Hello, my friends. Welcome back. This is Michelle Salcha, and we are at 5 o'clock, which is our next to last live stream for the day. We're going to take a look at the oh my gosh, the Glass Studio, no, Glass Mat Studio. I think that's the way it goes. I might even check. And we're going to talk about the paper share and explain it. So those are a couple of bonuses. Um, Glass Mat Studio. Got it right. All right. So we're going to take a look at the Glass Mat Studio, talk about some of the uses and the benefits of it. And then I'll show you the paper share, what you get, how you register for it, those sorts of things too. So, and I gotta admit, I'm fading, guys. I'm gonna try my best to keep my mouth and my brain connected, but I'm gonna try my best. So, okay, so on my desk, you are seeing the new Glass Mat Studio. This is 17 this way and 14 this way. It is 5 millimeters thick, and because of the little feet under it, it stays about a quarter of an inch off of your work surface. So you can see the thickness here. And then here are the little feet that keep it in place. It does not move around on my desk. And that means that things on it don't move around either. And that's huge. It is tempered glass, so you can cut directly on this. No nicks, no scratches. Glass is it's a flat. It's extremely flat. So your solid stamps are going to give you nice, solid, great images here. Um, it comes with a couple of really cool tools as well. So this little silicone mat is way more than a silicone mat, isn't it? It's got 4 squares of wells, and then it has this larger one here, and then it has this kind of textured area over here. So these little 4 blocks are the perfect size for you to put your ink spots in, all right? And they're pretty well stuck. And so is, okay, I gotta be careful because my ring light is rather precarious up there. And if I shake this too much, it's gonna come crashing down and it's so not pretty. But the silicone mat is in place. My glass mat is in place and my Stampin' Spot is in place. If I put an ink pad over here instead, then my ink pad is in place. It's not gonna, well, it is kind of moving around a little bit, but it it's a lot more, well, at least it's contained, right? If I were over here trying to ink it up, and I've done that too, it moves around a good bit. Then this is white, and it will probably stain depending on what you use it for. So I can't decide what order to take this in. So I've watched some videos and I've seen, 15 different ways to use this, and um, it's pretty amazing. So for these little wells, okay, you can put your Stampin' Spots in there, just like I showed you a second ago. That's a tight fit. For if you're watercoloring, you can drop your re-inkers. Okay, here's a re-inker, right? Drops in each of the 4, however many you need. Add water, mix with your water painters that disappeared. I swear they were on my desk. Here they are. So your water painters, mix up and paint that there. But this is glass. It cleans up really easy. You can also do your re-inkers here and mix it here and then wipe it clean. So whatever method appeals to you. This surface is great for getting your brushes really clean. So you can add some water over here, and then that texture, that grid, will help get any ink color that is trapped in your brush. You can keeping a spritzer spray bottle of water handy would be a great idea with this. Um, you've got a larger well here that can be treated for, if you needed 5 colors, you needed more of this color than the others. That is, that's just one of the great things about this, or maybe it's more than one, I've lost count. But anyway, um, and like I said, it's not going to stay put. Now, if you want to use the entire surface here, I mean, does your workspace get crowded? Does it shrink as you craft? Well, yeah, mine does. But with this being raised, it's less likely to, because things are going to hit up against it. So if I want to use the entire surface here, I'm just going to put this over to my left or my right, and now it's kind of stuck on my surface here. It's not going anywhere. This is a cleaning mat, kind of a chamois, if you will. It wets quite a bit faster than our regular purple chamois, than this one does. So I just stuck it under the water, and within seconds it was under running water and it was wet. You can store it in the stamp cases if you want. Because it re-wets so quickly, I don't know that I do. So it's just kind of right there for right now. Your you okay, so ink is going to come off of it. All of the inks. Okay, your blends wipe right off. And they're alcohol based, and that doesn't happen on very many surfaces, does it? Your reinker will wipe right off. Your ink pad will wipe right off. A lot of times when I am watercoloring and such, I drop my reinker on a block. Well, I don't have to do that anymore. I'm going to be able to use this glass mat. Um, you may find this more convenient than grid paper, right? So grid paper may be a thing of the past, because this is awesome. We've got imperial marks down on the y-axis and on the x, and then across the top and down the right side we have metric. Now that's in our market. Um, if you are watching videos from the UK, for example, where they use metric, their mat is going to have metric here and imperial here. Our grids are 1/4 of an inch apart. And if I get close, let me see if I can get close enough for you to actually see. Yes, you can. So you can see that the inches are pretty easily to define, right? And you've got some solid lines and some dotted lines. So it's pretty quick, pretty easy to find the 1/4 inch, the 1/2 inch, and the inch. So all pretty awesome there. Right, so that's way cool. I just grabbed a few things that I wanted to point out that you may not think about, that I may not have thought about. One is when I grab my mini cut and emboss machine on my regular surface, I'm putting it on grid paper. And so I pop it open to use, and as I'm cranking, it's sliding. Well, it's not sliding now, right? I mean, it's moving a little bit, but not much. Not like it does on grid paper, because the grid paper is moving, and the mini cut and emboss machine or the large cut and emboss machine is just taking it with it. So that's awesome. I'm not going to have to clear off my workspace to be able to grab my cut and emboss machine and go with it. Reflection stamping. I'm not necessarily going to demonstrate this, but what if you want your little guy to go off to the left instead of the right? Guys, what I did here, I inked him up, I stamped him down here, I grabbed my paper, I carefully put it down, and I rubbed it, I picked it up, and then to show how he normally stamps, I stamped him here. Now, I'm not perfect at that. I've done this just a couple of times, and you can see I did it poorly there with that bare distinctive stamp. But reflection stamping is easier on your glass mat, because when I've done it before, I've used a silicone matte, not like this, but like, oops, like this, and it has some give to it. So my image wasn't really crisp all the time. It would kind of get distorted. So the glass mat will be an improvement on that, right? So that is reflective stamping. Now, what about second generation, third generation? Um, grab, I don't, okay, hold on, please, hold on. Let's just grab, say, Berry Burst, okay? Now I'm gonna put my ink pad over here. I think that's a great habit to just get in putting it over here. This is the Darling Details stamp set. This is in the annual catalog, and it is two-step stamping, right? Here are my details, and here is my filler, my solid image. It's a photopolymer stamp, so it's easy to position and see how it's stamping. I've got a little note 3x6 card here, so I'm going to stamp this flower in here, and I'm going to use the same color ink. I'm going to use Berry Burst for my detail, and then I'm going to use second generation for this solid. Now, how often do you get ready to do that and you're looking, where's my scrap paper? I don't want to use my grid paper, right? I don't want all that ink on it. So I'm looking for a scrap paper to do that stamping off for my second generation. All right, so we're going to ink this guy up, and I really don't know where I want it. I don't know if this is a real card or if this is just a demonstration. So stamp it right down. I love this stamp set. And now let me just take a minute and see how this is going to line up. So it's going to line up pretty much just like that. So now I'm going to stamp, and I'm going to stamp off on my glass mat. So that's first generation. And then now I'm going to bring it over here, and it's going to be second generation. And then I can also do third generation. And so I've got that little bubble didn't quite get smoothly transferred. So now I can come back in. And if I were stamping multiple flowers for the same card, look at all the difference I would have in my flowers. Same color, right? On both of these. The only difference is the stamped off, and I've got it right here. I can easily clean that off. I feel like I'm an infomercial right now, like I'm selling the Sham Wow or something. But I just wanted to show you how easy this is. Now, if you this is gonna get stained and used up. I mean, I've already got a couple of colors on here, but I could take a tissue or a piece of paper towel to get the first layer off, and then wipe it up here. This is just with water, and it's cleaning up beautiful. If I've got some adhesive on here, I'm just going to clean it with this. If my adhesive doesn't want to come off with my chamois, I'm going to grab my hand sanitizer, right? And get it up with that. It's just going to come right up. So some other things are, what about embossing paste? Now, embossing paste sets up really quickly. So, but a lot of times embossing paste is white, and you might want a different color. Remember, oh, it was snowy. 2 years ago, I think it was, we worked with embossing paste and the rainbows. And we mixed embossing paste with the re-inker, okay, this, and then we had different colors of embossing paste for our rainbow. So put a little embossing paste down on your glass mat, add your color, mix it in, and then use it with your mask or however you are using it. And then pretty quickly, you're going to want to clean this off. And I probably would not use my chamois for that. I'd probably come in with uh, paper towels, wet paper towels, um, something like something like that to get, because I need to get that up really quickly. It will set and then it will be hard to get up. It'll come off, right? Remember the Pampered Chef scraper? That might be kind of handy to have if you're working with something like embossing paste, because you can just pick it right up. Now, um, I've told you a lot of the uses. Let me see if there was anything else. Oh, when you are working with your blending brushes, you start off at the side of your paper and then you come in, right? Well, you can use your mat as that scrap piece of paper. It is the edge. So let me um, just grab a blending brush and what color do we want? I'm just gonna grab fresh freesia. I just like saying fresh freesia. We'll put that over there. And, this is not a real example. This is a demonstration. But I've picked up my ink, right? And if I start right here, remember that can create a collection of ink and that's not the right word for it, but that's really hard to then blend. So we typically start off and work our way in. Now I picked a very light color for this, so it's really hard to tell. I should have chosen a darker color, but I'm going off my paper, right? If I wanted it darker than that, maybe I'm making a background. Again, I can start over and then off. This ink that I put down on the glass mat, I can also pick it up and bring it in. You can't do that with paper, right? That ink saturates into your paper and it's in the paper. Ink is not gold, but don't waste it if you don't have to, right? There are other ways. So then again, I'm just going to come in with water and clean this off. Your alcohol markers will wipe off of this as well with water. Unbelievable. The crafter's tools that attach to the take your pick tool, there's an X-Acto knife, there is a perforation wheel, if you will. Do that straight on here. It's fine. Line up your paper so that you've got your edge. You can put a ruler up against it and then come straight down. No chips, no scratches. It's all good. Pick this up. Okay, nothing. It's all good. Heat embossing. You can use this for your heat embossing. And one of the advantages of that is any loose powder that sticks to this, you just wipe right off. When I get, powder is like cat fur, right? It just kind of expands. And when I get it on my paper, I can feel that grit hanging out there. Well, you can emboss on this, and any loose powder that gets stuck or that floats over and gets on your glass mat, then you just easily wipe that off. Maybe a paper towel so that you're not getting it on your chamois, but this is going to clean up really easily, right? Now remember the white mat, it's not necessarily going to stay white. That's okay with me. If it's not okay with you, then you're going to use it differently. You're not going to mix your inks on it. You're going to mix them on your glass mat, and that's fine too. So, anything else okay. Watercolor wash. One thing that you could do, you could add your ink here and create some kind of design with it, and then put your paper on top of it to pick it up, right? Your background stamps that take the big honkin' F-size block, um, put your background stamp here, so it's face up, and then you ink it, and then you take your paper to it. It becomes a flat surface, giving you a beautiful background all at once. Okay, so now you know what to do with it. Do you know how to get it? So I'm actually going to put the camera back on me for a second because I want you to know that that I am real, I am sincere, and you do what's right for you. But I'm going to tell you, Don't overthink this. There is no commitment. This is an amazing deal. For $99, you can pick out $125 in product, whatever you want. Do you need ink? Do you need paper? Do you need stamps? Do you need punches? Do you need a mini cut and emboss machine? Do you need the big cut and emboss machine? $125, which I guess I need to make sure that the big cut and emboss machine actually is still within that threshold. It may not be. Um, Whatever it is that you need, that you want, maybe you've fallen in love with a suite of products and you want the suite and some things that kind of go with it. Well, do that. Right? Get yourself the coordinating products, whatever works for you. If you're a brand new crafter, if you're a very seasoned crafter, spend that $99. You have tax, but no shipping. It saves you 11%. And then you can select this glass mat studio as a bonus. If you have the glass mat or you have a different glass mat and that doesn't appeal to you, then choose the second option, which is $30 in additional free products. That means for $99, you're going to select $155 in free, well, not free, in product. It's not free. You're paying $99 for it. Part of it is free. That's a great savings, right? Um, and so they're both just great. That's exclusive to Celebration, right? So February, I think we have leap year. I think it's February 29th. It ends. That's the last day. So it's it is an amazing time to join. Honestly, don't want to do videos? Don't do it. Don't want to have classes? Don't do it. You don't want to order again? That's okay. Don't do it. But let me tell you how long you could, right? You're going to have that 20% discount through July. If you don't meet the minimum by the end of July, then you just fade off. You're no longer a demonstrator. There's no penalty. So you may continue to shop during that window. You may not hit 300. You may not have friends that purchase from you. That's okay. But you've got that length of time. Do you know what's going to happen in that length of time? We have this brand new catalog, and then we have another one coming the first week of May. So that's a whole lot of shopping. It is just unbelievable. I put the camera back on my face because, guys, it's the benefit is for you. It's not about me. It's for you. This is the best value. If I had tried a great restaurant, I'd tell you about it. Hey, you like steak? You need to go try over here. You like sushi? Don't ask me about sushi. I'm clueless. I just know I'm not going to try it. Um, so it's the same idea here. This is the bargain. Take advantage of it. I'd love to have you on my team, whether you're on my team for through July or you're on my team for years. We have a great time. We get together on Zoom on 2 different Tuesdays out of the month, and we work out to try and get we'd like to have get-togethers more often. We're spread across the U.S. from Arizona to Rhode Island to Florida. And all of us in the middle. I'm trying to think if there's anywhere else I've missed. So we're a diverse group, but everybody brings something to the table. And by interacting on our Facebook group and in our Zoom calls, we all learn something. We have people that sew, we have knitters, we have crocheters, we have quilters. What we have in common is this love of crafting, right? And we share that and we support each other. We don't allow any negativity. Rhonda taught me that you pull hair when that happens. So it's Michelle has the best team. Thank you, thank you. I think we have the best team. We are amazing, and we have volunteers that take over some of the different programs that we offer. Joyce Puglia has been running our Facebook freebie Friday freebie program for years. She does the whole thing, guys. I send her some embellishments. She makes handmade cards. She draws a winner from the people that have shared their projects throughout the week, and she sends them an embellishment and a handmade card. It is amazing. Right now we're working on swaps from the new catalog. So there are several of us that are going to make make cards, like we're going to make 10 of the same design, and then we'll sort them out, and we'll each have, say, 10 different cards to share for ideas. Um, and I'm a simple stamper, so they may not have a bunch of layers and a bunch of embellishments and a bunch of techniques. They might, but they might not. We do that every catalog. We get well, we haven't gotten together and do it, but that's what we're talking about doing the next time, is getting together and making our cards um, at, at one time. If you can, if you're local and you can get together, then let's get together and we'll make our cards. It'll be a great crafting event. So lots of possibilities. We get limited sometimes by the physical separation. Technology is a close second in that case. So. Don't overthink it, guys. It's $99, and that's a big sum of money, but the value is tremendous. And I think that most of us, I forget what the percentage that Stampin' Up! Tells us, we join because we see the value in the starter kit. We don't know, oh my gosh, the greater value is the friendships and the relationships that we've built. That connection is huge. Now I'm doing a Sarah Douglas. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop. I've talked long enough, and I don't want to really. I've already turned red. um, but this glass mat is amazing. It's a great value. Um, and if I can help you in any way, please let me know. During celebration, shop, it's a great value. Host, it's a great value. Join my team, it's a great value. If I'm not your cup of tea, I'll help you find somebody else who is. I get that. It's okay. I have friends, we're side sisters, we're not connected. Doesn't matter. We make friendships all over. So I'm gonna let you go. I'll be back in an hour and a half to just do a little wrap up, share some reminders. Oh, I forgot the paper share. Oh my gosh, I got all sidetracked. Okay, paper share, and then I'm done. Promise until 7. Um, Back to the other camera. See, this will get the eyes off my face. Okay, so there are 8 packs of designer series paper in the mini catalog, right? 8. 1 6x6 and 7 that are 12 by 12. In the paper share this time, for $30, you're going to get a quarter pack of each of these, right? So that's, I've forgotten, 4 sheets of each of the pattern from this one. You're going to get a 6 by 12 piece of each pattern from this. So you'll have 6 half sheets from each of these papers. What a great way to get your hands on this and see if you like it. Do you like it enough, and do you need it enough to order another pack? Then order another pack. But you can't appreciate how pretty these are and how much you can do with them until you have them in your hands. So a paper share is an amazing way to do that. And for $35, I will cut and prep this for you. And I'm going to show you, this is not current because most of these papers just arrived, but this is a previous paper share. And I just want to show you how it's packaged so you get an idea of what to expect. So this is a 6x6 pack. The name of the paper is here, the item number, the price, and as well as this was an annual catalog paper share. So it says on here that it was from the annual catalog. And that's for every pack has that. Now clearly I still have one full DSP share from the annual catalog, and I would sell that. I also want to include the colors, right? Because what you don't get here is that back sheet that lists all the colors. So I do that on a separate sheet that gets included with your pack. The 6 by 12 also packaged and sealed up with a label on it. So paper share is a great value. Everybody is invited to participate. Demonstrators, team members, customers, scrapbookers, whatever you are, if you like paper, this is a great way. It's a huge savings. I think the 8 packs of paper before shipping and tax would be about $104. So you're getting a tremendous savings by ordering the quarter packs, quarter packs, not a quarterback, but a quarter pack of each of them for $35. If I need to mail them to you, I'm going to mail them and that'll be $40. If you want to do porch pickup, then that's $35. Um, am I leaving anything out about that? Oh, there's a post in in Facebook that gives you a link if you want to order. If you comment below and let me know that you want one either on that post or on this, then I'll reach out and we'll get that figured out as well. And as well as how long you have to order it, and what happens if something isn't available. I think you have until the Thursday the 11th to place your paper share order. I have enough to fill 4 right now, but then I'll have to order. And if it isn't available when I have to order, we'll figure something out. We'll either substitute a different pack of paper or something of equivalent value, or depending on how long it's going to be, we may wait until it becomes available again. That did happen to us once. I can't afford to ship it twice to you. Um, there's no fluff in this. I am giving you some free labor here, covering the cost of my supplies and not really much more. So, all right, that's the paper share, glass mat. Join my team. It's awesome. I'd love to have you here. We'll have a great time. But if that's not your thing, that's okay. That's okay. You do what's right for you, and it all works out good. Now, there is a chance that after celebration, sometime in March or so, that this would become available for customers, but there's no way to know that that's going to happen. Teresa, I won't do cardstock with this. I'll do cardstock with when the annual catalog comes out, and the reason is. Um, I felt like I would have to limit this to like you need a sheet of Lost Lagoon for this one, and a sheet of Azure Afternoon for this one, and then white over here, and black over there, and green over the. So it was too many colors to juggle. Whereas with the annual catalog, we just flat said it's going to be 2 half sheets of each color, and it was pretty easy to put together. So I'm not doing that with this one. That will be happening in May. Uh, so, all right. If you have any other questions, then don't hesitate to reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you at 7 o'clock. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.